Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ofaxeandale podcast. We are back. We are joined by our lovely host and co-hosts. Coast? East Coast, West Coast? Here we go.
Coast to Coast AM.
Hello, everybody, and this is your daily dose of Ale.
It's pretty solid.
You can't keep getting away with it. It sounds exactly like him. Do you think maybe you were swapped at birth instead? I should have been related to Daily Dose of Internet?
No.
Okay, yeah, me neither.
I've been playing game.
Been playing game? What kind of game?
Voices of the Void.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
It's better than any modern slop anybody else has made.
Yeah, I'm liking the term slop behind everything. I'm liking it. That won't get old quick at all. For sure. Slop. What is Voices of the Void? Is that like an actual game company that made it? Or is it like a guy?
No, it's like
a small team.
Yeah.
Okay. That's different. Is it an itch.io game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
It was originally a Half-Life 1 mod, I think. But I think they make it in Unity now.
Wait, this is so... Hold on. This goes exactly into my surprise topic I wanted to talk about for the day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so my coworker was asking me... So right off the bat, coworker, about our age, in their 30s or whatever, semi-chill, thinks pretty anti-Semitic, don't like that part about him, but
okay, yeah. You're intelligent in that respect.
It randomly started getting into religion halfway through this year. I don't know what that's about either. Just started reading the Bible. That's what he does now. So that's two markers, two strikes.
I feel like you should tell him to chill.
I do. I tell him I don't agree with him and that I think he's stupid every time he brings it up, and he's chill with it because that's how we work as coworkers. But anyway, this is a relatively chill day. So today is a relatively chill day. And he goes, "Hey, have you ever seen that one game?" And I'm like, "Okay, go on." He's like, "It has like pixels and it's like a bunch of different monsters." And I was like, "Is it a horror game?" And he said, "I think so. Yeah, it's a horror game, but it's like a bunch of different monsters and everybody makes their own stories." And at that moment, I realized without a doubt in my entire body that my 34-year-old coworker was talking to me about SCPs.
What?
And he wasn't talking about a game. He was talking about several different itch.io games about SCPs. I was like...
That's crazy.
And he was like, "What?"
I don't know how you can pull those two things together. You have monsters and they're pixel out like Pokemon. I'm thinking that.
No, he said horror. So I was like, okay, well, horror games, people make their own stories with them. I was like, is this like a Minecraft thing? And he's like, no, it's more pixelated. And I was like, horror pixel game. And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, he just discovered... And then he's like, yeah, what is it? And I'm like, dude, I'm not the person to ask. I do not have...
He could be talking about anything. My thought is either he's talking about, several different, small horror games that, use, a low poly, aesthetic, or he is talking about, SCP Secret Labs, which is,
Yeah.
I think that's the name of it, the multiplayer game or whatever, with the security breach and shit. He could literally just be talking about tons and tons and tons of different games.
See, and I was like, well, I don't know what the game is. And he was like, well, what is SCP? And I was like, I don't have that type of autism. I can't explain it to you. But I said it's basically...
specific collaborative storytelling project.
Yeah, I was like, it's basically leftovers from forums where people would copy paste stuff, copy paste stories and be like, oh, that's a good story, and they would copy paste it and be like, yeah, this happened to me type shit. And then he's like, oh, so it's not like one guy makes it, or it's not like a game and everybody works on it. And I'm like, well, it's more like it's called creepy pastas. It's like an extension of that. And then I realized that I'd have to explain to him what a creepy pasta is, which I've already done that, but like saying that they call them that. And I realized like how internet brained everybody I interact with is, to the point where we all understand this collectively and we don't have to have this explained to us. But in the real world, when somebody's never used the internet before and they stumble upon, and I don't even know how you stumble upon SCP. Like, I don't.
I think that it is literally like either you'll either run into it because like somebody on TikTok is like playing something, or it's like if you're like vaguely interested in games or like a different thing, it'll just shuffle you into that. Because if it's like you're somebody who's like, I kind of see this sometimes where it's like if you click on something that has to do with games, it'll shuffle you at some point into somebody who's doing a dramatic reading of like an internet story, or if like you're or vice versa. Like if like somebody's doing a dramatic reading of like a Reddit post, or somebody's like, you know, Twitter thread or something like that on like TikTok, eventually you'll run into some other thing that will lead you down that kind of pipeline. I get, because like SCPs have been around for so long.
Yeah.
And like a lot of that like internet creepypasta stuff has been around for so long. Like Siren Head got huge for no reason because of content creators. Like basically taking, you know, Trevor Henderson's work and like turning it into like something.
Yeah, it is one of the dumbest ones, huh?
Well, I don't know.
His scarier one is like the long course. That's a really scary one, I think.
What's the Siren Head? Because I don't know that one. I know Pyramid Head type
like,
shit.
You know, like sirens, how they're like on a metal pole and they have like speakers on the top.
Oh,
like
I know. Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of siren as in like a mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about now.
Dumbass. How did you not know what the hell siren we were talking about?
Because I have a girlfriend who does makeup, and she's either going for the I can't do this.
Don't talk
bit.
to me like
I can't do this bit. I don't know enough about makeup to go into this bit. Smoky eye, or the siren, or the office siren look. Gen Z boss and a mini.
Yeah. This is, speaking of games and like gamers, this is a good segue into my thing of audiophiles are making shit up. They're lying. They don't understand anything about the technology that they use to listen to like sound with, and I think this is a greater problem in like media consumption.
What do you mean?
Explain.
Okay, so there was a post. So in a blind test, I have the link here. In a blind test, audiophiles couldn't tell the difference between audio signals sent through copper wire, bananas, or wet mud. The mud should sound perfectly awful, but it doesn't, notes the experiment creator. Okay. So a moderator on DIY Audio set up an experiment to run different users on that forum through different, like, I guess, like, chords. Basically, one through banana, one through copper, and then one through, like, wet mud. And then none of them could ever get it, basically any of them right. So the idea of audio engineering for anything outside of just, like, room space and like I guess speaker quality to a certain extent like is completely meaningless.
You mean like outside of like file size compression?
Yeah, that's it. Like how so audiophiles have like a big problem here where they act like, because this is going to lead into my greater thing here, they act like they can hear a wavelength essentially that a normal person can't because they bought a more expensive headphone or they trained their ear to do it, which is complete bullshit because of this experiment, right? Like they did it. They have like the results here. I have like the link. It's and they have like all the people guessing.
Now, I may agree with you that like the technology part of it doesn't matter, but you can definitely train your ear to hear different frequencies better.
That's why all these people who say they train their ear to hear different frequencies through whatever cables they're running through all got it wrong.
No.
It also depends on like what. I guess it depends on what the control is, I suppose, as well.
I'm not saying that you can hear better dependent on your technology. I'm saying that it's much like a musical scale where you just pick out what you think is being played. Like you're like, okay, it's in this key probably. Yes. I'm not saying you hear it better. I'm not saying you're like Daredevil and you lose.
And I think this goes
on Al Gaib, but for music or whatever.
This goes hand in hand with the same motherfuckers who pretend like 30, 60, and more FPS mean anything to your viewing experience.
I agree with you. You're cooking with this one.
They are literally lying to themselves to believe they are better humans than a different human for something really, really stupid.
I would interject only with one example, but I think this particular example has more to do with how shitty the movie was to make. The Hobbit had several cuts that were shot in higher FPS.
Yes.
And they would tend to make people sick. But I think that might have more to do with the one higher FPS cut that everyone talks about being that really stupid like scene where they're doing like the fight in the barrels on the river or whatever.
Yep.
Which I'm pretty sure would give people motion sickness normally, but then you crank that fucking FPS up super goddamn high and make it like swing around and shit, and it makes you a little bit more motion sick.
Now I'm getting into a territory that may be a little bit too like I'm getting into water that may be too deep for me, but okay. So I don't even think that that's like frames per second. I mean, I guess it could be. I think that has to do more so with like the motion blur effect of it, which still doesn't have to do with the frames per second. I'm trying to explain it. It's like I'm going to back out of this one.
Smearing and shit like that in the wavy camera. What I'm trying to say is like that I would say that like a higher edge, like a higher framed motion blur could fuck with you, could give you
yes.
sickness.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think that literally, if you care about FPS, outside of it being a stable, like constant FPS, if you care that it's 30 or 60, and you pretend like you can tell that it's like 60 between 60 and 120. You can tell 30 and 60, but the problem there is like, why does it matter? I don't think it matters as long as the original medium is presented to you in 30.
So we're talking about two different things too, because you're talking about like the visual, like playing a game FPS.
No. I'm talking about like even movies are in 24.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you increase the movie's FPS, like it's not going to make it look better. It's going to make it look worse.
No, you can tell the difference between a FPS for like a British film and an FPS for like an American film. Like that is a distinct difference. Like you can just, and I mean that because they use different FPS categories and we're just used to seeing it a certain way. So when we see it at a different one, we're like, it doesn't look normal.
I thought most movies were just shot in 24.
No, there's a standard FPS change. Let me look. Let me Google it for the exact number.
The standard frame rate for movies is 24 frames per second.
Movies. They do a different one. Often relying on 25 FPS for television broadcasts and 24 for cinematic releases.
It's trying to be 24. The reason why it's 25, presumably on broadcast, if I just had to guess, is because you can have frame drops.
There's a different standard. There is a different standard for film in Europe.
I mean, like specifically, I think the one I looked it up. The Hobbit trilogy was famously filmed at a high frame rate, 3D, running at 48 frames per second. Which they did because they claimed that it would have a higher frame rate, would allow for greater depth and clarity in the actual film, which I don't think really mattered because a lot of it was just CG anyway.
Yeah, like Europe is saying, well, I'm Googling it, it says 25. So it's one off. Like it's basically 20.
You can notice it. You can notice that, but it's not because it feels better. It just feels different than our standard. But you are correct. Any FPS going higher looks worse. 100%.
But that's kind of what like if you have a medium, if you have a medium and it has a certain design idea, philosophy, like they have a certain goal in mind, it shouldn't matter to you as a viewer whether it's 30 or 60, like at all. And you having a gripe about things being 30 FPS compared to 60, especially when concerning something like video games, like you have a problem. You are a mental child.
Well, especially with video games, you're insane. You're insane. 30 FPS, 60 FPS, 120 FPS. There's no that shit is running the exact same, bro.
Stable frame rate.
Yeah,
a stable frame rate and like that, just a consistent art design designed around the actual frame rate itself. Because like frame rate weirdness is always just like.
But like what I was really getting at was the audiophile shit is like the same vein of like weird obsession about like not even the hobby, but like how you consume the hobby. Like how you consume a hobby, it makes me like lose my mind.
No, you're right. I mean, you're right to an extent about it that I think is more important than you being right about like the exacts, because there is a difference in FPS, right? Like you can see it. I think normal people can notice it, but I think that difference is like not in the art form, if you get what I'm saying. That's like an extracurricular thing. I don't know. I think it's not a
I think it's a mental illness to like look at Dark Souls and then play Dark Souls and then you're like, oh, this isn't 30 FPS. It looks so bad. And then you up Dark Souls from 30 to 60 and you fail to realize that like the physics engine is tied to the FPS, and then you fucking break the game and you have to have an entire patch in order to like fix what you just did to solve a problem that wasn't there.
You mean my 630 gigabyte mod pack of Skyrim that updates the visuals only?
But that was one of my things today, and that's one of mine. I got two others, you know. Riley.
Okay.
How do you feel about monkeys?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right. Well, this feels like a trap. I like
fucking hate them.
Monkeys,
I fucking hate them.
Oh no!
I fucking hate. But I also hate these stupid fucking people. Have you been on Twitter at all? Have you seen these people talking about this fucking baby monkey? This stupid fucking baby monkey that they pretend like they give a fuck about because he's a little fucking baby monkey being pushed by other. They're fucking monkeys. Of course, they're pushing each other, bro. They're fucking monkeys.
They're also monkeys in captivity is the other thing. It's like my understanding of what that situation is that like Punch is a foster monkey, basically. It's just not like, it doesn't have like a mom or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like in the wild that might not even really be a problem, because like there might be like another monkey might take care of that monkey or something like that. But in captivity, that's like a separate thing entirely. We've known for a long time that like animals in captivity act way different than they normally do. It's just sort of how it is. Well, it's also definitely a right-wing thing. I don't want to get a little high horse about it, but it is exactly like the fucking suicidal penguin thing. It's like a sort of like, you see, this is what society is really like, and it's just a picture of like a zoo, like a zoo doing a other monkeys.
You know, I don't know if this will change your opinion of Punch the Monkey at all, but I just wanted to let this out there because this is information a lot of people don't know. Actually, in 2023, Punch the Monkey had over 3 million donations from APAC.
God damn it! You see, Punch feels like, oh yeah, well, look at this, and just a picture of Punch the Monkey next to Epstein and Bill Clinton.
The people who care.
This is where Punch the Monkey was in 1996. It's like Brett Ratner and Chris Rock on.
It's actually the most insane thing. Like reading this Punch the Monkey. Like there's literally Andrew Tate was like,
"Oh my
to buy the monkey." I'm like, this is the most deranged shit ever. Do you think the caretakers of all these monkeys are like abusing this monkey? Do you think they give a shit about these? Oh no, Punch Donkey got pushed by another monkey when he was growing up to the other monkey. Oh no, it's a monkey. Of course it's gonna do that. He doesn't want the other monkey next to him. Like, what's wrong with you?
You know,
this wasn't even violent.
This is like the perfect thing for Smuggy to be upset about, because every time I have talked about a monkey in any like variety, Smuggy has visceral hatred and like a recoil for any monkey ever that's ever existed. And I'm like,
you realize that there might not be like a higher being. We are too genetically similar.
No, see, what was that, Riley?
I was like, I was about to, like, you know, like Smuggy's just like, like, what do you think about monkeys, Riley? I'm like, I'm about to make a joke about like a capuchin monkey, or like, I love the humble bonobo, and then like, Max is like, well, too bad, pussy. I gotta make you hate these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
he's like, all monkeys are psyops. All monkeys are psyops.
This is particularly like a psyop kind of thing. I think, because it is just like this is another sort of like right wing du jour moment. You know what I mean?
They love. Especially with
it's just, I don't know how to describe it outside of it. Is just like it's the same kind of like machine you see for a lot of the stuff where it's like, right wingers definitely control like the algorithm on a lot of platforms, and they're just kind of like, it's a pull the lever moment for this specifically. Every place that I've been on, it's all been like, what little I've seen is all just sort of like, yeah, this is kind of a little sad or whatever, blah blah blah, and then like a couple people being like, holy shit, all these right wingers are fucking crazy about this monkey. This is another goddamn squirrel moment from last year. Remember the squirrel from last year?
Oh yeah, the squirrel that got.
That was like 2 years ago. Fuck,
what are you talking about? These are just animals. These are just animals.
Like they pretend to care about animals. It's very vaguely sad, and they're anthropomorphizing this situation that the monkey is in.
Oh no, the monkey got beat. He's being bullied. The monkey's being bullied. Oh, the monkey is being cleaned by a different monkey. Yay!
I think it was years and years ago. There was like a chimpanzee in captivity that killed an infant chimpanzee or something like that, and then like threw the infant chimpanzee's body or something like that around.
Yeah,
and it's just like every person that I remember that was like a zoologist, like, yeah, this is just like, yeah, this fucked up thing that happens if like whatever zoo they're doing just isn't providing enrichment, or just like didn't catch that fast enough. That was really irresponsible of that zoo to not catch that this, you know, child chimpanzee had died, or it was sick or whatever, like fast enough for the chimpanzees in the zoo to not just kill it, or like to throw the body around and stuff like that. It's just, this isn't a thing that like happens normally. And then like every right winger being like, the laws of the like pontificating about this thing, like the laws of the jungle require blood sacrifice. No, motherfucker. It's because they're in captivity. Like, we're not supposed to have these things. Zoos aren't good most of the time. Like,
I mean, like, yeah, that is true.
Zoos are educational and stuff, but like, you have to understand that these are like animals that like aren't supposed to be here. Most of the animals in zoo are here because they can't live in the wild. Like, Punch the Monkey can't go back to the jungle or wherever that particular species is from. Like, it can't happen. It can't live in the wild. You know.
When I'm at work for too long, I actually start getting symptoms of zoochosis. I start swaying back and forth. I start biting my fingernails. I thought
I was losing my mind.
I grab my nearest coworker and start slamming him on the ground repeatedly.
You throw it against you're throwing him against the glass enclosure of the office building.
Yeah. No, I love monkeys.
We gotta give Chase his gorilla biscuits again.
Dude,
He's not been enriched enough. Bring in the big plastic orb full of gorilla biscuits for Chase. He's not been enriched enough.
Y'all got a favorite gorilla?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. I'm not in the gorilla scene. Moo Dang was fun. That was a cute one.
Oh, Moo Dang, yeah, the hippo.
Oh,
yeah.
little hippo, yeah.
Little hippo.
Oh, but you like a fucking hippo, but you don't like a fucking monkey, bro?
Yeah.
You don't like a damn
Hippos don't have hands. They're just normal murderers, not like
Yeah,
murderers.
hippos can't use
They're just
makeshift
melon
weapons
murderers.
and
Look, if a hippo kills me, it's fair play, right? I'm not being hunted by a hippo necessarily, like I am like a monkey. A monkey can use tools. You know?
Can I? Okay, so we got like,
orangutans are a psyop. They know how to kill.
We're so similar to monkeys. It just makes me so sad. Like it literally just makes me confront more mortality.
That makes sense.
That's why I like them though.
That's real.
Because like because I could chill. I could chill with Coco anytime. Me and Snowflake chilling. Rest in peace to them both. I don't know. You guys know Harambe. I'm trying to think of any other ones. There's like one from Japan that's a handsome gorilla. Y'all know about him?
Mm-hmm. Magilla gorilla.
No, he's like Shabani, I think is his name.
Shabuzi?
No, it's like Shabani. He's handsome as hell, bro. And then Snowflake was a what do you call it? Albino. Albino gorilla.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. He passed away in 2000, so I like gorillas. I wish I don't know if I say what I'm
big chillin' homies with gorillas. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish we could like integrate gorillas into society, and we
Speaking
could
of integrating gorillas
in general.
Oh, this is a bad no, please.
Whoa.
Please. This is a really bad segue. Can we do another segue?
Yeah, I don't like how you
for a second instead of going off.
What do you mean by that? Please. What do you mean by that?
I think we've let the British ape get too far.
Oh, okay. I wanted to go back to Mudang before we segue. This is a bad one. Do a U-turn. Do a couple of U-turns.
I don't compare.
Speaking of Mudang,
speaking of
British are much like hippos.
Speaking of Mudang,
they live in a swamp.
Oh man,
that's a good one.
I wish the British
also flick their feces everywhere.
I wish the British were actually like how they were when the Romans found them. You know what I mean?
They also get other species to clean their teeth.
I have nothing against the British. There's Benedict Cumberbatch.
The British elected.
Was he in the files?
The Green Party is on the upswing, so Britain might be able to avoid fascism for another 4 to 8 years. Yeah, they got the Reform
Green Party.
Just took a huge shellacking in the polls. That's pretty fucking sick.
They just banned incest porn.
Really?
From like being consumed. It's like
okay. Hold on. Do they mean like actual, or do they mean like
anything depicting it?
Okay.
Even like role playing and stuff like that. It's a very weird like child safety.
I learned this because a guy named Dadfucker appeared on my channel.
I see.
It's crazy to me that they're like virtue signaling about like incest porn or incest fantasies or whatever, but they're allowed and are like able to and get benefits like more so for marrying their cousins, and it's legal.
That's because of countryside shit.
Royal
there's still like a lot of it's an old joke in Ireland of like in the old days, you got to travel down, you got to travel 2 towns down the road, lest so to avoid banging someone that you're related to. There's an old Irish saying that's like afraid of throwing a stone for fear of hitting a cousin. Basically, like it's the problem with living on a fucking island. Famously, Iceland has the app that lets you know if someone you're hooking up with is related to you.
What? Dude.
Again, it's an island nation. There is. It's not like you can go to have like a lot of other people there, right? It's like a small island, small population. It's on an island. It's not like there's Germans.
People using that app for the opposite reason.
I mean, look.
That's crazy.
You want a 25th chromosome?
Like, I mean, it's like it's virtue signaling because Keir Starmer is in charge, and Keir Starmer is like a fucking vicious little right-wing freak.
Yeah.
Like, he and the rest of his government are just filled with like vicious little right-wing freaks, which is also why it's extremely funny that he is actively losing his mind and melting down. That not only did Labour get completely shellacked, but the Greens won very decisively over Reform by like, I think 20 points.
I will say, no matter his politics, no matter him himself, no matter what he looks like, no matter the fact that he's British, when I saw him walking with all the tall Chinese people, I laughed so hard. He went on a little trip to China. He sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you. And he went there to visit Xi Jinping. And there were just so many video footage of him like walking with the guards that are there. And he looks like 3 feet shorter than literally every human alive. Like, I don't
know how tall Sir Keir Starmer is. It literally might be that he just is that short.
And I just wanted to pick him up and put him in my pocket. He looked he looked like a little cute guy. And I was like, I know I don't like anything about this man.
That's crazy. I think they actually found people to fuck with him because he is allegedly 5'8" by the official Wikipedia.
No, that checks out. If you're a bunch of, because I'm like that height. So if I was around a bunch of people that were like soldiers that are like a guard of like tall people on purpose, yeah, I'd look like that.
Yeah, I need the biggest, baddest looking motherfuckers to be my guards. It would be a thing Xi Jinping would probably say.
Yeah.
All respect to the big fella, you know.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Funniest goddamn thing ever. It's
if you have not seen the videos of him looking, it also looks like he accidentally is there. Like, he's like, oh, I don't know how I got here. Like,
that's how he looks with everything. He looks lost at all times. Like, his plan, like, if you don't know anything about British politics, it basically boils down to his plan was get rid of everybody that he does not personally like out of Labour. Something, win. And he won, and then he just like, he's like, oh, I didn't actually plan for what comes next. Oh shit, there's doo-doo in the water. Oh god, everyone's mad at me.
He basically reads like a what do they call them? Is it the Scotland Yard? He basically reads like how Sherlock Holmes talks about police officers in any of the TV shows.
Yeah, kind of. It feels even like more, I don't know. It feels even stupider than that. It's just like it's also like some of it is just like he's kind of purposefully being incompetent as well. Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
And also, again, if we were to go back to our joke about Epstein earlier, like a lot of a couple very big names in his government are attached to Epstein at the hip. So it's
like Mendelssohn.
It's a poisoned well all the way down. They decided to get rid of all the cool, interesting, intelligent people inside of his party, and then all that's left is these weird ass kissers who are like, oh, I don't actually know how to solve problems. What? I wasn't hired to solve problems.
Yeah,
I was hired to win, and hey, the rest is up to you, big guy. And you know, they're out of ideas.
Yeah,
poor Britain. They deserve better.
I don't know.
I believe that everybody.
I don't know about that.
They're very nice places inside of Britain. I resent that there are people that are like that have made Britain shitty for so long.
Yeah, I
have met nice British people in my past.
Yeah, usually on average they're a lot smarter than I am, British people, which is not really saying a lot because I'm, but usually British people
I respect is Atomic Shrimp.
It's true. Atomic Shrimp is really cool. I like. There's a lot of cool places in Britain. I just think that it sucks that like. Also, they got rid of first past the post. They instituted like a lot of first past the post for voting reforms to basically rig it so that like the Labour and the Tories were the only people who were allowed to win, and they did that for so long that it took like COVID to destroy both of those parties.
Wow.
So
I mean, look. I wanted. Wait, hold on. This goes along with what I was going to talk about, actually.
Hell yeah.
So, in the last Pokemon generation, they had a group of starters that I was not too fond of for the most part. It was better than the last couple. Like, so, okay, I don't know how to segue this, or I don't know how to do this, but basically they modeled Quaxley, the water type Pokemon, after fascists of the Spanish army. And I don't know how to feel about that.
I think that
and
there's so much about Japanese culture that is like like that's the problem with having like a very conservative aesthetic, obsessed culture. Same with America, in fairness.
Yeah,
greasers and all that jazz.
But they made him. But they made the duck. They made the duck have a like pompadour. Like they made him like. I don't know. I don't like the duck. I haven't liked the water types for the last 4 gens. I like the duck
in the sense that it looks stupid, and I like pompadours, but also like pompadours have a very fucked history.
Yeah.
I wish for the pompadour to be free of its evil origins, but
yeah, just like the goatee / the handlebar mustache. It's been co-opted by too many biker gangs and by too many police officers of New York City. We gotta take it back. What was that?
And really annoying guys that might not be evil morally, but they're just really annoying.
True. I like the Three Musketeer goatee. That's either worn by an actual communist or the most annoying person alive.
Or that Forgotten Weapons guy who is, I think, just an idiot.
What you saying fuck me for? So he's over there doing that right now.
What you say fuck me for? Hey.
Yeah. But so apparently they've officially released the starters for Pokemon and
Pokemon Florida.
Pokemon
Cancun.
Pokemon Philippines or whatever, Southeast Asia.
So they got a. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I recommend Googling it. But
they're ugly.
Smuggy originally sent me the 3D models for these, and I was like, "That's it. I'm actually gonna do it this time. I'm not joking." And my stomach hurt, and my heart sank, and I got so depressed. And then I saw the 2D sprites, and I was like, or the 2D drawings, and I was like, they're okay. They're all right, actually. Nope. Okay, so here's what we got. For those of you that don't feel like looking it up, we've got Dumb Pomeranian.
I love Pomeranians, so I'm sorry.
As the fire dog. I like him. No, he's my favorite. I like Dumb Pomeranian fire type. And then we've got bird that looks like pollen with
it does no joke kind of look like an angry bird.
It's
just probably going to become a chicken of some variety, I think.
It looks like
sort of like a chick.
It looks like Torchic's grass variant.
Like I just don't.
It kind of It looks like a Pal World.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. All of them look like Pal World. Like even Gen 1 doesn't have this like lack of variety in like the color palette.
And then this one is and then the water type is a
salamander, kind of either a gecko.
It's
kind of like a gecko and a salamander.
Yeah, it's like it's a very round gecko with slender body.
Circle tool, square tool, triangle tool.
Honestly, it might be. I have a feeling that it might be like either. I have a stupid idea of like guessing either water psychic or it's going to be another water ground type, maybe.
And
like just the hands, it's just the little claw hand things, and the way that it's a 3D model kind of stands gives me that idea. But that's about it.
It'd be
sorry,
cool.
I'm making dumb guesses based on artistic choices.
It'd be cool if it was a water poison type. It probably won't be though.
It probably won't. That would be sick as fuck, actually. I have no fucking idea what direction they're going with Brout, the grass starter.
If any of these,
it's so strange looking.
If
like, I like the color. The color palette's not terrible, but like, where do you go from there?
If any of these Pokemon turn into a bipedal third evolution, I am not buying this game.
What if all of them become bipedal third evolution?
I would.
That's right.
I can't say.
That's right. It evolves into a Pokemon that's got a gun.
That I would.
First gun type Pokemon.
No, that was Inteleon.
Type.
That was Inteleon type shit. Actual laser
what if we
cannon.
made a lizard water type that has a sniper rifle?
Never been done before. They ought to run it back.
True. What Brout? That's right. Brout.
I think it's impossible to tell what the final evolutions are based off of like the first start. Like they can be anything. It's like fucking look at look at Incineroar. I mean, look at Chespin.
See, the thing is that I liked Incineroar. Incineroar was fun.
Yeah, Incineroar was goofy at least, you know. It had like
it was fun. It was a Tiger Mask reference. I was like, yeah, this kicks ass.
It was like a luchador. That's cool.
I'm kind of sick of these Pokemon needing like a tertiary like thing about them in order to make them unique. Like,
yeah.
If I look at Sandshrew, it's a damn armadillo. like what? Like why do I give a shit?
Armadillo? Cool.
So
armadillo.
It doesn't have to be a ninja.
So the one thing that I think is really interesting is people are hate criming the water type because it does look like it's in the service industry. And by service industry I mean serving. And I'm okay with it. I think you can have like can I say this? Can I say a cunty water type? You can have that. That's fine.
I can also imagine the water type having like a ring motif for some reason.
And it's a bird. If it was flying type, man, I'm gonna scream.
Well, you
grass
think
flying so ass. Such
grass
a bad type.
Grass flying when a fire type or electric type shows up.
Ice type.
When an ice type shows up.
People
when a rock type.
Oh, like the worst type in the game is ice, but I genuinely just think it's grass. I don't see any redeemable qualities in grass.
Go-Go is grass, and that's the reason it's redeemable.
Yeah.
My little guy, Go-Go exists.
Well,
checkmate, atheist.
Numerically, grass. Like I think grass is like it hits like 7 things half effective.
I think flying is terrible. I think every flying type is terrible.
Grass type hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types at not very effective. It is only super effective against 3.
That is very weird.
Yeah.
It's such a terrible type. And people are like, I'm in like a fucking competitive like community on the Discord sometimes, and like, oh, grass type's such a good type. No, brother, it's just Rillaboom. Really, it's literally just Rillaboom, and then like Ogerpon, and Ogerpon is carried off like Ogerpon and Rillaboom are carried off of like a fuck trillion stats and like priority, and also like Ogerpon gets like special effects on their primary like signature move to change its type from grass. Like, it's not a good mon. Like, grass is just not a good type. I think there are just types that just feel bad anyway. And I think that grass is one of them. Because the introduction of bug, come on now. Come on now, bro. Also, the dual typing of everything. Come on. Like,
there's a lot of dual type bloat, sort of.
Yeah, like, if we're talking pure grass, absolutely not. It's one of the worst. I don't know. Ice is like that too, but you normally get like ice and steel. I mean, not ice. At least steel, like pure ice and a secondary typing.
Can stunt on dragon a little bit, you know. And a lot of ice type moves can hit ghost.
Yeah, and I
super
also,
effectively, but there's a little bit of you can fuck with Ghost with ice at least. There's a little bit more redeeming quality.
I think I think that ice type being super effective against dragon instantly makes it more useful because everybody loves fucking dragons, bro.
They do be kind of cool.
I mean,
sadly.
I mean, let me hold on. Can I put a comma in there? Can I retract? Can I retract that statement and put a comma in between fucking and dragons?
Oxford comma, Oxford comma, Oxford comma.
Yeah, or brevity, a sigh of relief, and then dragons. Everybody loves fucking dragons, bro.
I just fucking... I don't know. I also just feel like the new game is just going to be another scam. Everybody's like, oh, it looks so much better. But it's just like, bro, of course it looks fucking better. They're not using base Unity assets anymore. Like,
and they're not. It's not a... It's like a... it's a trailer. You're not going to know.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, you're not going to know until you sit down with it and it's inside of your hand.
It looks so bad that I can assume it's how the game looks. Because it doesn't look fucking good. It doesn't. Like, it just looks like... It looks like fucking Genshin slot.
No, like, it looks like a game now. The other ones look like blueprints. Looks like
it had some effort put into it. Yeah. And the like Arceus, Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet, they all look like they're fucking like they put it together in an afternoon and like didn't give a shit because they don't have to give a shit. They don't have to give a shit. People are going to buy it anyway. Like they don't put any effort into it. They make 100 and something new ones. They just make the model. They model the fucking animations for their idle animations, and then like 2 attack animations and a sleep animation. And like the sleep animations usually just their eyes are closed. They don't even stop fucking moving. Like you are getting mogged by yourself 20 years prior for a game that they actually did. I don't even think they fucking made Pokemon Stadium. Who made Pokemon Stadium?
A third-party company, probably.
How,
and in conclusion, for my mic here, as I have to once again sign off, I think that they should hire the Yakuza developers to make the next Pokemon game.
They did the Dynasty Warriors to make Poketopia.
That's so true. Okay, well, see, look, just keep doing that. That'd probably make...
Who?
Yeah. All right, well, oh, there he goes. There he goes. But, yeah. I don't know. I think the new game is probably going to be
mid.
If it's at all, like I hate you brought up a good point where you were like games that come out now. It's so weird when they have movement options that don't do anything, and it's just like aesthetic movement. It's not even like a real movement option.
I think it's just like baked into like the engine that they're in, and they didn't edit any of the controls for like the character in any meaningful way.
Yeah, like think of like Assassin's Creed 2 where you can pretty much climb up any building you see and you have like 60 different animations to climb up the building. That's crazy, with like every other ledge having its own weight. And like then you get like a game where you're just a little child running through a field, yet you have one running animation and you have a jump animation that is not able to be used in any meaningful way.
Well, that's what happened in Dragon Quest XI. Like, it's just a fucking RPG. It's a baseline RPG with north, south, east, west. Like 360-degree movement, and then like they have the jump button, and it's like they have one jump quote unquote puzzle in like the first town, just to get like a shitty treasure chest on top of a house, but like it's not even a puzzle. Like I'm just saying it. Like it's very obvious what you need to do, but like nowhere else in the game do you need to jump. Jumping isn't even like, it doesn't even feel good. It's just baseline in the control scheme. It's like they had it in there. They thought maybe we could do something with this. They kept it in and then didn't ever remove it for seemingly no reason after like the game's been fully developed. Like I'm sure the game's probably fine. Like, well, I mean, the game is fine, like combat wise, but I'm kind of sick of games doing that. Right,
what, like the fake movement, Or
no, I'm kind of sick of games like getting a pass because like the combat of the game is like fine. Like Digimon, like that came out, that was a hit. That sold one of the like a lot of copies, and like people were into that for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, basically a month. But like, yeah, the game's combat's fine, and like the in-depth mechanics of like raising a monster are fine, but every part surrounding that fucking gameplay loop is bad.
yeah, like the story's bad, the interaction with the story's bad.
The interaction's bad.
The dialogue's bad.
The bugs were bad for the first week.
The item crafting's bad.
Like the way the maps are made are bad. Like all of the areas in the game are fucking empty. Like they're very small. There's a few that are like good set pieces, but it's just like that's what like 2 maps out of like whatever how many they've made. Like the puzzles are bad. Like you went to the tower early on with Parrotmon. Like that's not even a puzzle. Like
no, it's just you just keep slamming how you do.
Like, it's
you
like
just keep trying till you get it.
There's a lost art of making like what happened to like puzzles and like Ocarina of Time. I don't even particularly care about Ocarina of Time. I don't like Legend of Zelda. Like that was at least a game that had a meaningful like thought about like how you engage with the dungeon that you're in and designed around it. Like picking up a gear in Digimon and then placing it in a gear slot to like get something to move to you, and then you like do something to take it across is like fine conceptually, but every single game that you see nowadays is like they have a core idea that could be fine if they worked on it, but that's as far as they get is the core idea, and then they haphazardly implement it, and it sucks, and it's like not engaging. And like you don't see it anywhere else. It's like a one-off thing, and it's like every single fucking area in the game is like that.
Yeah,
like,
I think they basically just make games to be like functioning, and then they like stop after they are able to get it functioning for like one interesting part. That's it. And then they go back to like nothing.
And it's like you save all of this like and also it's like you save all of this time, especially with Pokemon, right? You save all this time by like having 3D models, but you don't have any like animators to like make them feel like they're actual beings in the world. You don't have anybody like specifically to like craft the landscape in order to make it feel like it's actually lived in, or like have certain models like be in place, or like walk through the town or something. Like I mean even GTA, like for like how kind of like outdated it is by today's standards, I would assume.
I mean,
like that feels better than anything that I've seen from like Genshin, Pokemon, Digimon. Like,
yeah. Those feel like lifeless areas with little input. I will say like Genshin has an appeal to it because it at least puts these interests on the map, which is why people get addicted to it, right? Because it's like
because they go A, B, C, D.
No, it's because you walk in a already pre-made area, and you can like if you haven't played video games before, you're like, whoa, there's like points of interest here that I can randomly stumble upon, and then go in and then do the puzzle and then leave, and the puzzle's like 3 + 4 = 7. But like I think it is like the newer generation, and I'm not saying this like unk status, but I mean kinda, I guess. But I think the newer generation of gaming doesn't like it when you actually think. Like if you had
I think that's like a problem and needs to stop, because like if you it's kind of like why people there's a video like It's Rude to Be Bad at World of Warcraft. We talked about this before. It's just like you can't do something like how do you do something for pleasure and not actually engage with it?
Yeah, I also
like it's like watching a movie but not like thinking about the dialogue at all. it's like watching. It's like listening to a song and not listening to the dialogue at all. Like whatever they're saying, like the message behind what they're saying. It's like this. It's like reading a book and then like just going through the motions of like understanding what happened by the end of it.
It's like playing a game and not comprehending that you're playing the game and that it's supposed to be fun. Sorry, I ruined your metaphor rant because I just wanted to do the exact thing that you were saying. But
like,
no, like that's what yeah, I mean, I don't think that it needs to, I will say, I don't think it needs to stop in gaming because I think that slop is in every form of media now. And I do think that the something slop is like actually kind of poignant. And I think the focus
this is an AI gem, not AI slop.
And yeah, and I think that it's such a poignant point that really, that really,
so point in your life do you get to like a situation where like what you want to do is not use your brain?
I mean, I think a lot of people, I don't think anybody really gets to that point. I think you get to that point and you go directly to like the easiest medium, which is like TikTok doom scrolling or something, or like TikTok like haha funny animal video. But if I'm being honest with you, I think games are going to continue doing this and whatnot, but I think there will be a game eventually that realizes like I don't have to treat my audience as if they're like unable to comprehend colors and numbers, you know? And I think that that's just going to like push through to the main market, and it's going to be like an epidemic for the rest of games because they're going to get compared to that every single time. And I mean, people are going to enjoy slop as much as they enjoy slop anyway. And I don't think anybody should focus on that though. I think people should stop taking them seriously, if you want my honest opinion. I think like things like Pal World and stuff, Palmon.
You can't. The thing is, they didn't take it seriously, right? Like literally, they went into it like, oh, I want to see how bad this thing is going to be. And then everybody bought into it, even though it was like, it was such blatant, like, art theft. Like, I think, like, there's, if you look at Power World and you look at their models, like, you can see literally, like, they just ripped, like, a Lucario, they ripped a Aurora, whatever the hell it's called, they ripped this, they ripped that, and they modified it to make a different monster. And it's like, not only, they lost a lawsuit, by the way, but it was for, like, code. I don't know what else they did. Like, but, like, I mean, so they literally stole shit. So you know that, like, they're not on the up and up, but you're just, like, these people are, like, they went in thinking that it was going to be bad, and because they wanted to see how bad it was, it made it succeed. And then on top of it, they don't care that, like, it's basically bad business practice. I mean, like, you know, I don't give a fuck about business, but it's just like they're stealing from people, even if they are like a larger company. Like, I don't give a shit about Nintendo. I hate Nintendo. Like, but people like get this conflated in their brain. They want to be cool, like edgy haters of Nintendo. It's like, oh, it's okay that Nintendo got stolen from. No, you don't think it's okay when AI steals people's work. So why is it okay when this fucking idiot steals their work and is literally grifting? Like they're ripping you off. They're a company that was literally like abandonware.
I mean, I literally opened up Palmon or Pal World. I don't remember the name of the fucking game we're talking about even, because it was so forgettable. It literally didn't feel like a real game. I opened it and I like ran around for like 10 seconds and I was like, obligatory glider. World feels like shit.
Breath of the Wild literally was a blight upon video games.
Was it Breath of the Wild or was it Fortnite that did the glider?
Fortnite had gliders, but they're not like a part of the main mechanic of the game. You have a glider when you like drop into the world.
Yeah, I mean, but you can have gliders throughout the game.
But that's
too,
not.
but whoever did the original, it doesn't really matter anyway, but whoever did the original glider mechanic and got it popular, it's crazy because they're like, this game, like you look at Breath of the Wild and people are like, why did this do well? And everybody's like, oh, because it's like a namestay, like fantasy game with like, everybody recognizes Legend of Zelda and they recognize the plot points so they can like have leeway in an open world and you can kind of connect the dots without having to do much. And it's a big release. Everybody was waiting for it. And then they're like, no. 3 guys in a suit walk in. Yeah, we think it's the gliders. Yeah. No. It's because it's
the whole like
it's the gliders.
Like the games industry has basically been tainted by it because like you have
it's
like the entire gameplay loop is literally like copied verbatim, especially into like Genshin.
Yeah,
like that was the second big thing. Like you go around, you collect something, you use those items that you keep collecting in order to empower stuff. It's kind of different, but it's the same basic principles, right? And there's nothing in between the points of interest. It's literally A to B, go to the points of interest, do the thing in the point of interest, leave because you just completed the point of interest. So there's no reason to go there anymore. Like
Genshin is it what country made Genshin? Is it Korean?
I think Chinese.
Is it Chinese?
I could be wrong.
It's a game that made what
MiHoYo.
It's gotta be Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese.
Okay, I was about to say MiHoYo. Sounds yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But Genshin Impact is basically an MMO that was made in China and it copied all of the aspects of
Breath of the Wild, pretty much.
Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom-esque stuff. And it ended up making quite a killing because it introduced, I wouldn't even say interesting characters. I would just say like individual characters that you basically use as like a gacha game. Like you try to get like this rank of this character. And then you just run around and you like, it's a collector for like basically idols. It's basically an idol collector as a run around the map, do nothing game.
And I think there's something to be said that like there's some aspect of like combat, but like
well, it's got basic MMO combat.
Yeah, it's like hack and slash combat where there's like combos and you can swap character. Like it.
They're not.
It's not terribly.
Hold on. Let's not give it any more credit than it deserves. You can't. There's no interesting combo. It's not like a fighting game where you like do something with an interesting combo. It's press the same button 3 times and then press the other button.
Frame cancel certain things, pull out certain characters. But you know it's not good.
But against what? But against what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying it's bad.
Yeah, it's against like a target dummy. Like you're doing combos against something that don't exist. Like it's not even like relevant. You don't get anything.
I don't even think it's that much of a DPS increase or anything. It's not.
It's not even like an MMO where like you can get like better loot and you have like you're like on a leaderboard or something like that.
Loot gate kept entirely by the gacha mechanic. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and you can pay for half of it. So you actually can pay for more loot and more characters. So it's literally a gacha game. Like, I don't know. I do think you're right. I think the critique is correct. I also just don't give a shit about that type of game. Because if you're willing to pay money for that, that's like you're insane. Like to me, if you're willing to like look at the new Pokemon and be like, wow, that's so interesting. This looks amazing. Like you're huffing paint, bro. Like there's no shot you actually think that. And if you do, you should buy it. You should waste your money and buy it. And you should run around and do nothing for like 6 hours and then put the game down and be like, oh, it was such a good game. I can't wait till they make another one. Like it's not even real, bro. It's not even real. Like
yeah, it's basically like they're getting away with scamming you and it's completely like this is why people say like you should vote with your wallet, but it's very clear that it doesn't even matter. They could do whatever they want, and even if people didn't buy the game, they would still be financially fine. And they would still have goodwill.
It reminds me of similarity with like Bethesda and their current studio, where like all the head writers that used to be there left because they don't like the environment anymore, and there's like 500 people working on one game, and like all the decisions are behind. Hold on. Ooh, sorry, I sneezed. But all the decisions are behind like kept behind like middle management and stuff. That's crazy. You can't operate and make like games that are memorable like that. That's insane. Like, so it just reminds me of that. And they're not going to get better because they can't, because they don't have the resources, even though they're the richest company in the world, you know, when it comes to like products and sales. Like, even though they are world renowned and everybody recognizes their characters, they're unable to hire a staff and be able to cut enough people to perfect their staff to be able to create something that's memorable. I mean, they're just incapable of doing it. They've gotten too big. They're too big to be successful.
So many cooks in the kitchen too. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you got to cut a bunch of people from the staff, and I'm not talking like just normal, you know, like working on the game.
I don't even think like for Nintendo at least. Like, I don't think their staff is that big. I think it's like 300.
That's huge. How many people working on
very big for a game company?
Game Freak has 212, and then you have
that's big. Like,
then you have like Pokemon. Hold on. Then you have Pokemon employees. Nintendo. They don't even know how many people. 2,606 employees and contractors at Game Freak. So they have contractors. They just hire out. They don't even get like...
That's epic.
The Pokemon Company... Pokemon Company International, on top of that, Pokemon Company International employs 1,000 to 5,000 people. 1,000 and 5,000 people. I don't know if these numbers are correct. I'm not going to lie to you. This is just hearsay.
Yeah, it's impossible to know because...
Yeah, but you're talking about business decisions by people who are like with shareholders, the profiteers of it, you know, the people who like are percentages of putting things into the game. Like this doesn't even equate for like how many actual hands are in the pot when it comes to making a game like this. Because then you got like the Switch, like people who work on the Switch specifically. You know, you got a lot of people saying what you can and can't do. All right, well, I think that's the end for today.
Yeah.